Have you ever found yourself making a snap judgment about someone, only to realize later that your initial impression was subtly, yet powerfully, swaying your entire perception of them? It's a phenomenon far more common than you might imagine, a silent architect of our daily choices. Consider a fascinating 1970s Harvard Business School study. Participants were asked to rate a fictional CEO's competence, but with a clever twist. Some were given a prestigious name like David, while others had a less conventional name, Dudley. Despite identical resumes, those assigned David were consistently viewed as more capable. Think about that for a second. An arbitrary detail, like a name, secretly elevated their perceived skill without any tangible evidence. This is just the surface of the unseen halo effect, a cognitive bias that can manipulate your thinking in profound ways. The ripple effect of first impressions extends far beyond names, subtly shaping how we perceive intelligence and even job prospects. A compelling 2015 MIT experiment showcased this beautifully. Students watched a video of a professor delivering a lecture with a neutral voice. However, when half the students were told the professor hailed from a prestigious university, their perception of his intelligence spiked by an astonishing 30%. The prestige, a mere label, created an intellectual halo. But wait, there's more. A 1980s job interview study revealed an even darker aspect. Candidates with non-threatening names, such as Emily, were 25% more likely to be hired than those with assertive names like Emma, despite having comparable qualifications. These studies highlight a critical lesson. Our minds often take shortcuts, allowing one positive or negative trait to cast a long shadow over our entire judgment. The question is, how aware are we of these hidden biases? You might be thinking, I'm educated, I know about biases, so I can simply avoid them. But here's a counterintuitive twist. Even experts, those trained to be objective, can find themselves caught in the halo effect's subtle grasp. A fascinating 2019 Nature study involving experienced judges in beauty pageants offers powerful insight. These judges, despite being blindfolded, still rated contestants with better non-physical traits, like confidence or charisma, as more likable. Their perception of positive character traits, even without visual cues, influenced their overall assessment. This suggests that the halo effect isn't just about surface appearances, it's about a deeply ingrained mental shortcut. What's even more intriguing is the reverse halo effect. A single negative trait, like a minor typo in an otherwise impeccable email, can cast a shadow over an entire resume, influencing a hiring manager's judgment far beyond its actual significance. It reveals just how fragile our objective assessments can be. Now, let's move beyond the experiments and see how understanding the halo effect can create profound shifts in the real world. Think about a tech startup CEO who, after realizing the impact of unconscious bias, completely revamped their hiring process. They introduced blind interviews, removing names, genders, and other identifying details until later stages. The outcome? A remarkable 40% rise in innovation within their teams, driven by a more diverse and truly merit-based talent pool. This isn't just about fairness, it's about unlocking untapped potential. Consider a couple who faced marital difficulties. The husband's initial charm, his halo, had initially masked a pattern of dishonesty. Through dedicated bias awareness exercises, they began to recognize these patterns, rebuilding trust on a foundation of genuine understanding rather than superficial impressions. These stories aren't just anecdotes. They are powerful testaments to the transformative potential of confronting our inherent biases. Are you ready to truly challenge your own perceptions and reclaim control over your judgments? Here are 3 practical exercises you can implement immediately. First, try the gaze test. The next time you're evaluating someone, perhaps a job candidate or even a new acquaintance, try to gather information without knowing their name, gender, or accent. Watch a video of them, listen to their ideas, then rate them solely on the content. Afterward, compare your assessment to their actual performance data or the full context. You might be surprised by the difference. This exercise helps you isolate the core information from the halo that often surrounds it. It's about consciously peeling back the layers of initial impression to find the authentic essence beneath. These aren't just mental games. They are powerful tools for clarity. Let's continue sharpening your perceptive abilities. The second exercise is called the shadow scan. When you meet someone new before any deep conversation, take a moment to mentally note 3 distinct traits you immediately notice about them. Then ask yourself, is this specific trait influencing my judgment of their other qualities or my overall impression? For instance, if you notice their confident posture, are you automatically assuming they're also highly intelligent, even without evidence? This simple self-reflection creates a crucial pause, interrupting the automatic halo formation. Finally, implement the halo intervention. Next time you find yourself tempted to judge a book by its cover, literally or metaphorically, pause and ask, what concrete evidence do I truly have for this assumption? This forces you to seek objective data rather than relying on a convenient but often misleading first impression. These techniques can unlock a completely new way of seeing the world, but there's a deeper reason why we're so susceptible. Why does our brain work this way, creating such powerful first impressions? The answers lie deep within our evolutionary history and the very architecture of our minds. From a neuroscience perspective, the amygdala, our brain's emotions center, often fires faster than the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for rational thinking. This creates an immediate first impression shortcut, a rapid assessment that evolution favored for survival. In ancient times, quickly judging if someone looked trustworthy or threatening could literally save your life. This isn't just about survival, it also links to economics. Think about how premium brands leverage a luxury halo to charge more. The perception of quality, often driven by marketing and initial impressions, allows them to command higher prices, even if the functional difference from a cheaper alternative is minimal. It's a testament to how deeply ingrained this cognitive bias is, shaping not only our social interactions but our economic landscape as well. Here's the mind-blown moment. Even when people know about the halo effect, their brains still often default to it. This isn't a flaw. It's a feature of how our minds are wired for efficiency. The key isn't to eliminate it entirely, that's nearly impossible, but to become acutely aware of its influence and develop strategies to mitigate its impact. By consciously applying the techniques we've discussed, you begin to challenge those automatic assumptions, opening yourself to a richer, more accurate understanding of people and situations. You'll move from being manipulated by hidden biases to making more informed, intentional decisions. Imagine the clarity this brings to your relationships, your career, and your personal growth. What insights have you gained today about your own perceptions? And how will you begin to unmask the hidden halos in your life? Share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. Your journey towards clearer perception begins now.